now that you've started enjoying your miso, we're going to begin with the talking portion. And Michael Shulkin will begin his talk. It should take 20-25 minutes tops. Something like that. And Brigitte will also...
I'm the yin for the yang.
Ah, here we go. Perfect. Here we go.
Greetings and thanks for coming. Enjoying a good live foods dinner and the live foods event of the year. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the many benefits of the live foods diet and louder. So yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the many benefits of live foods. Discuss some of the misconceptions that surround it. So, what? So yeah. We're going to discuss some of the common misconceptions that surround the live foods diet, especially within the Colorado wieners. There's a lot of theories behind that. So we're going to get into all kinds of info about it while you're enjoying your miso, which the miso is, by the way, heated below 110 degrees, so it is also enzymatically correct or rich. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on today in our society, in America. There's basically what we have is, on a daily basis, we have about 450,000 cups of coffee are sold. We have 500,000 animals that are slaughtered every hour per week. We have 3 million children on amphetamines. And we have 1% of all of the youths in America do not meet the federal recommendations for a healthy diet. Not even 1% meet that. And the federal recommendations, I'm assuming, are probably not very optimal. So, some startling facts for sure. Basically, two number one selling drugs, pharmaceutical drugs in the U.S. today are, does anyone know? Prozac, and actually Prozac and Viagra, but Ritalin is right up there with it. So that says a lot about America, I guess you say, where we're at. Basically, yeah, we give Ritalin out to school kids as if we're water. You know, we're on a big Say No to Drugs campaign, but we give Ritalin out like it's water when it's a class 2 narcotic equal to heroin or cocaine. So it's pretty obvious that we're in a state of emergency here for health. So now in these times, I'd say more than ever, we need to really be on point with what we put into our body, because what we put into our body affects our entire, not only affects it's a cause and effect of our total awareness, and it totally reflects the ongoing harmony between ourselves, the world, the universal laws, and all of creation. So knowing that, it's pretty essential to be very conscious about what we're putting into our bodies and how it affects our bodies. So knowing that, we probably want to go with the best quality foods that nature has to offer us. High quality organic foods in their purest form, which would be raw, which would be, anyone know what the big thing is with all these raw foods? Why do you want to eat raw foods? Enzymes, exactly. So, enzymes, anything that's heated over 100, there's kind of some controversy over that, but I always stick with around 108. Don't go over 108. When you go over 108, you kill the enzymes. So the temperature in your stomach is 104 degrees. Anything over too much over that is, the enzymes that are gone, and anything under, too much under, the enzymes are gone too. When you freeze a food, you lose anywhere from, no one's exactly sure, but you lose anywhere from 30 to 75% of the enzyme activity within it. So, that's keep in mind for the trees. So, yeah, the enzymes are the big thing. Basically, the way it works, for those that aren't familiar with it, there's metabolic enzymes, which are essential for the every process in the body to function. And then there's digestive enzymes, which digest the food, which are supposed to work synergistically with the food enzymes that come within food. When you freeze a food, you lose anywhere from, no one's exactly sure, but you lose anywhere from 30 to 75% of the enzyme activity within it. So, that's keep in mind for the trees. So, yeah, the enzymes are the big thing. Basically, the way it works, for those that aren't familiar with it, there's metabolic enzymes, which are essential for the every process in the body to function. And then there's digestive enzymes, which digest the food, which are supposed to work synergistically with the food enzymes that come within food. So when we're eating excessive amounts of food that have no enzymes, then we are robbing our metabolic enzymes, which are essential for every other process in the body, which leads to disease. So, knowing this, does anyone know what really happens when you do cook food? Like the process of cooking food, it's amazing. Actually, it's kind of like if you can think back to chemistry class when you had your test tube with a Bunsen burner, and we heated up two different substances. They would separate, collide, explode, or whatever happened. That's kind of a nice analogy of what happens when you cook. Basically, there hasn't been extensive studies on it, but there has been some studies, and what was found was, say, an average baked potato, for instance, when you cook that, basically, through the process of cooking a baked potato, 450 new compounds are created, new chemical composites are created from the process of just cooking that potato. Science has so far studied 50 of those tops, and out of those 50, they found most of them to be peroxidizing, antioxidizing, carcinogenic, mutagenic, right down the line of, basically they attack most of the chemicals attack the cell nuclei and set up cancer. So, pretty amazing information. So, it's quite a metamorphosis that occurs through the process of cooking. So, obviously, if you do, when you're consuming cooked food, enzymes would be very, very essential to consume with them. So what we wanted to talk about a little bit too was some of the misconceptions. There seems to be some conflict between the live foods diet and some traditional Chinese medicine theories behind it in regards to spleen deficiencies and things such as that. And warming foods and the digestive fire issue. A little bit about the digestive fire issue. Basically, in terms of the way I would look at it is, your digestive fire is out. It's not going to be working if there's no enzymes to digest the food that you're taking in. I don't see how. There's a misconception that cooked food cooked food would stoke the digestive fire. I really don't see how that would work.
So I'm Brigitte and I've certainly studied Oriental medicine for a number of years. And about a year and a half ago, I started looking at a natural foods convention, how so much of the food was really just somewhat healthier substitutes for junk food. It basically was frozen pizza in a box, whole wheat organic macaroni and cheese in a box. And I was not surprised that we have to have about a third of our aisles devoted to remedies because people still suffer from digestive distress despite doing healthier food. There's 50 kinds of healthy potato chips. And the idea that we need to eat cooked warm food in Colorado, there's no animal that eats cooked food. The ones that do all need vets. So something to think about. Even the animals that live further north in the Arctic Circle are eating their food non-cooked. And there are other ways to warm yourself, certainly using culinary herbs like ginger and cinnamon and cayenne pepper and garlic and onions. Also in the wintertime, eating more fats. So I know there's this big paranoia about, don't eat fats, but when fats are in their raw state, the lipase is still intact, and the lipase helps you to digest the fats. And so, saying yes to things like olive oil and avocados and soaked nuts and seeds also make you warmer. My personal experience, and I'm one of these people who told many, many students the past 20 years, you have to eat cooked food in Colorado. So this is a real 180 degrees for me. But I actually feel that I was warmer this year. And my husband could attest, you're warmer. No more popsicle toes, or at least not too often. The other thing is, besides that you need to warm yourself by cooking your food, one of my teachers, Victoria Butenko, says that the word warming your food is actually a mistranslation from the Chinese, that you warm your food with spices. So a cold meal would be something that was devoid of spices. So it's really not that difficult to tweak. And I have great respect for all the different types of medicines that I've studied, Ayurvedic medicine, Oriental medicine. But something else that's kind of occurred to me is if they have it all together, why do they still need 5,000 herbs to treat 27,000 different diseases? And the same could be said in our culture, even using Western herbs. I still love herbs. I still use them. I'm so glad that they are part of my life. I'm finding that they're also great in salads and being made into juices. So I'm going to give this back to Michael in a moment. But one of my deep hopes is that the co-op is really going to offer a healthier alternative to a lot of the junky health food stores. Because a lot of the health food industry, a lot of the ethics have gone down the tube. Sugar's back, hydrogenated oils are back. It's not that, those are like terrible, and I'm glad that there's healthier alternatives for people. But I think this is a real opportunity to do something, for the highest good. And I really encourage you not just to say, I want to support the co-op, but to, I want to save the dolphins too and the rainforest. You've got to do something. You've got to put your money where your mouth is every once in a while and say, I want to manifest what I believe in. So.
What she said. Yeah, the co-op is a crucial thing for the community for sure. It's time, especially with all the GMO crops that are running rampant around. We actually, in the audience here, we actually have a GMO authority, Patrick over here, GMO expert, who's also available for information about these crops. This co-op will be a very good thing for the community for sure, and that we get to see organic local farmers being supported, and try and stop the GMOs and all the sugars and the other stores. But so we don't want to talk too long because everyone looks a little bit hungry. So just so you know what you're eating, you just ate miso soup with sea veggies, for one. And next course will be a salad, seaweed salad with a sesame curry dressing. And two different types of seaweeds on it, GT and army. And with sprouted noris, which have a pumpkin seed pate in them, with avocados and sprouts and other miscellaneous vegetables. And the table are set with the pickled ginger, wasabi, and I believe there's some soy sauce and I'll show you. So, and there's a wonderful dessert that Brigitte prepared. And, okay. So, working seeds.
So I just want to say a few other concepts about living foods. People think it's going to take a long time, and I want to tell you that it saves so much time not to be like slaving over a hot stove in the kitchen. I feel so liberated. I often start making lunch. I come home at noon. I've got raw Thai food on the table at 12:20. You know, I think that's really awesome. People think it's going to cost a lot more, and now I go to the grocery store and I find that $100 buys 4 bags of groceries. So I think it actually costs a lot less. And I know that everyone in this room is really conscious of what can we do to help the planet and save energy. What about not cooking food? Think of all the energy we would save. And the happiness that it gives you to get all these enzymes and all this chlorophyll, how it changes your consciousness and makes you feel like totally amazing and high on health, and probably saves money on recreational drugs too. So I wanted to throw that out. So I did make a dessert. It's from Giuliano's book, Raw. It's called Nutty Dreams, but I kind of personalized it and call it Bliss Balls. And it is a little bit frozen, but I wanted to say something that usually freezing decreases the enzymes because things are blanched first. And this is just like kind of quick froze and it's not blanched. So I think don't be too afraid of that. Yeah, it's going to taste really good. So thank you, blessings to all of you for showing up here and making this happen. And Sylvie's going to make an announcement here.
Good soup, Michael.
Hi, my name is Sylvie, and I would like to let you all know about an event that's coming up that some of us are working to promote, and we're going to hoping to tie the co-op in with this because people who eat raw obviously need lots of raw fruits and raw vegetables, so we want as many people to participate in the co-op as possible. There's an event coming June 1st called Raw Passion, and it's going to be pretty much of an all-day event. There's 4 speakers coming to do presentations, and there will be food presented all day. It's kind of going to be an informational and a party, and just there's music in the evening and a lot of things happening with it. I just heard 2 of these speakers about a month ago, and they were amazing. They're two of them that I have met have been raw for 20 years, and they exude so much health, so much vitality, so much energy, and that they're amazing. They're very inspiring. They talk about the whys, the hows, the wherefores, the whole gamut of what raw food lifestyle means, and these people are living it. So pick up one of these flyers on your way out, and if you have any questions, you can check with me or Sharon in the back. She's going to wave. And we're also hoping to have Doug Graham, one of the main speakers, come and do an evening program prior to this program. So there'd be a couple of occasions where you may be able to hear him speak and learn about this. So thank you very much.